That's right, Mr. AR, the mascot and main character of Hal Lab's pre-installed 3DS game, AR Games, is another character that will never be in Smash. For those that don't know, AR Games is a free pre-installed 3DS game that uses the Nintendo 3DS's camera, and displays multiple minigames in our world, throughout the 3DS screen that is. Simply place the included AR cards in a spot where the Nintendo 3DS camera can see it, and in that location you can play a handful of AR games, like some where you take pictures with Nintendo characters, and others where the world will wrap around turning into mountains, volcanoes, and in one game it might even turn into a whole ocean filled with many fishes. The experience, while small, is really fun, and I absolutely recommend it if you have a Nintendo 3DS, since it's already included. And honestly, if you do own a 3DS and haven't played the game at least once, I don't know what's wrong with you. I hold this game dear to my heart since, believe it or not, this game, Face Raiders, and Need Palazzo were the only 3DS games I could play for an entire 6 months, since I got a 3DS for my birthday with no games, having to wait until Christmas to get any, and my birthday is in June. Then after that, time passed, and I really haven't played it since, like many of you also have. One day though, I decided to break the streak, grabbed my 3DS, printed out an AR card because I lost mine, and played the game. After like 3 minutes, thought to myself, yeah, I can make a Smash moveset out of this box. And now we're here. Mr. AR has the regular 2 jumps, but he can't really jump that high. He is mid-weight, but heavy in the air. He is pretty slow walking and running since he does have tiny little weak legs, and can crouch turning into a box, but can't crouch walk. He also can't wall cling or wall jump, but I think that's pretty obvious since he has no arms. Which that brings me to, how will he grab items without arms? Well, it's pretty simple. In the game, you have a small target icon. This will work as his hands when grabbing an item. Mr. AR's entrance is the same as the one in game. A AR card is shown on the floor and he rises out of it. Mr. AR jabs by putting his head forward and closing the lid on his head. For his front tilt, he uses the lid to slap in front of him. For his up tilt, he slaps upwards with his lid. For his down tilt, he swings his leg in front of him. And for his dash attack, he trips, falling face flat on the ground. In his neutral area, Mr. AR spins around. In his up aerial, he slings his body backwards, hitting upwards with his lid. For his forward aerial, he slightly rotates forwards, closing the lid, causing damage in front of him. In his down aerial, he makes a big kick downwards, which can spike opponents. And in his back aerial, he slaps with his lid behind him, which can also spike. For his side smash attack, he aims his closed lid forwards, and once the attack is released, a cuckoo bird pops out. This is taken from the clock game in AR Games. For his down smash, a giant pig head pops out of the lid and smashes in front of him, that pig hitting both in front and behind of him. This is taken from the graffiti game, where the same pig is a screen wipe eraser. And for his up smash, he uses another screen wipe eraser from the graffiti game. This time, a rocket ship flies out of his lid and blows up over him. Mr. AR's neutral special is pretty basic. He aims forwards and shoots a ball bullet forwards. This bullet is similar to Banjo-Kazooie's neutral special, but makes more damage and pushes the opponents back. His up special is also really basic, and takes inspiration from another 3DS game with augmented reality, Face Raiders. Mr. AR pops his lid open and out of that hole, the propeller part of a Face Raider pops up, this immediately propelling a Mr. AR upwards. Then, once on its apex, it pops back in, leaving Mr. AR in freefall. This attack is similar to King K. Rool's and Piranha Plant's up special. His side special is taken from the AR shot in AR Games. Mr. AR drops a metal ball on the floor and then a stick coming out of his head hits it, that launching the ball forwards. This ball deals decent amount of damage and knockback. If done in the air, the ball will drop directly downwards and Mr. AR will return to his fighting position, no stick this time. And there's also a 2 out of 10 chance for a giant ball to be set. This ball is heavier, slower, and stronger. His down special is taken from the fishing minigame in AR Games. Mr. AR pops a fishing rod out of his head and begins to fish on the ground. He is now stuck on that position. He can't make any other moves or attacks. He can still jump and move around his casting line though, but don't get too far. If he does, the attack will be cancelled. This attack can also be cancelled by shielding. If you don't cancel the attack and instead press either the attack or special buttons, Mr. AR will pull out a random fish from the ground, which if an opponent is hit will be launched upwards with great strength. Then Mr. AR will save the fish and fishing rod inside of him. There are multiple fishes to catch and they are all based on RNG, so there's no specific order and they're just random. There is a small fish, a medium fish which is the most common, a big fish, a huge fish, a long fish, a spiky fish, and a electric fish. Mr. AR grabs with the Nintendo 3DS stylus. He pummels by strongly tapping with the stylus to grab the opponent. For his forward throw, he flicks the stylus forwards. For his down throw, he races up to grab the opponent and then slams them down. For his back throw, he uses his reality warping skills and dips to grab the opponent inside the floor, moves them behind of him, and then flicks them from his back. And for his up throw, he uses another reality warping skill, where he rises to the ground under grab opponent, launching them upwards. Once his final smash is activated, the floor around Mr. AR folds around, trapping anyone who gets caught in this animation. This then activates his final smash, where the main boss of AR games, the dragon, attacks the grab opponent with multiple fast-paced consequented slashes, spit shots, and bites. Then, returning to the battlefield, the box formed around is cracked open by the grabbed opponents being shot out of it. If no one is caught in this first animation, the box unfolds back onto the ground. In his up taunt, Mr. AR pulls a pair of pink glasses and does a pose. In his down taunt, Mr. AR puts a pillow on the floor and takes a little nap. And in his side taunt, Mr. AR turns static and quickly fades out, fades in, disappears and reappears quickly, then shakes it off. This is a reference to when the 3DS doesn't read the AR card, losing connection. Mr. AR's first victory screen is a reference to the menu screen of AR games, where 6 boxes fall from the sky into the ground. Then Mr. AR jumps out, revealing that he is the front middle box. Mr. AR's second victory animation is a reference to the fish album you unlock in AR games, where Mr. AR opens the book and views a random fish. You always get this victory screen if you win the game by using his down special, and he even looks at the last fish you killed with. And in Mr. AR's final victory screen, a planet globe slowly falls onto screen, with Mr. AR running on top of it, causing the globe to spin around. He then trips and spins in the air, falling with his feet on top of the globe. He then continues to run. If you stay long enough in the victory screen, the globe will eventually blow up, launching Mr. AR upwards. He then falls on the ground, burnt, and out of his lid a message pops out saying, "Look after our planet." This is taken from the unlockable globe in AR games. Mr. AR's stage is called AR Desk Dojo, and it takes place on a desk that is being warped around all over the place, with all the stages from the arcade game in AR games being played in the middle. Turn off hazards for all the wackiness to stop. Mr. AR's alt colors are yellow for himself, purple for the extra unlockable games, light blue for the store, lime green for the face raider, orange for fast face raider, light pink for the kissing face raider, hot pink for the X-Pike face raider, and gray for the boss face raider. No, Kirby will not turn into a cube. Kirby wears the top half of the box and lid for his head as a hat, shooting the balls from there. And his classic mode has references to the games in AR games. In the first battle against Link, referencing archery, the second battle as Isabelle, referencing AR fishing, the third battle against Mii Gunner and Yuri Kosakuta for Mii picks, the fourth battle for Vincent as Mii sword fighter, and Nikki for the graffiti game, the fifth battle being King Dedede for AR shot, and the sixth battle being Mario, Toon Link, Samus, Olimar, and Kirby referencing star picks, with the boss being against Rathalos, being a reference to the dragon. And that's what Mr. AR will bring to the table if he was in Smash. Now, this is a character that will totally not be in Smash, but that's what this series is for. So, what do you think? Did I do AR games justice with this moveset? Judging by how little I had to work with, I think I did. Now that you have seen what Mr. AR could be like in Smash, would you like to see him in Smash? Or are you normal? Don't get me wrong, Mr. AR seems like a great guy. Box. But I don't think he has much importance to be in Smash. Although we do have Ice Climbers and Wii Fit Trainer, so everything is possible, I guess. Anyways, if you enjoyed this Smash moveset concept, you know what to do. Hit that like button. And if you want to see more, subscribe and turn on the bell to be notified whenever I upload. Also, if you want more, there's a video on screen right here for you to watch. And if you want to watch other movesets for other characters that won't be in Smash, there's a whole playlist there for you to watch. With that, I end this video. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Goodbye.